We have all done it. Said something we should not have said, pushed away someone we should have held close, and only realized their value when it was already too late, when the silence they left behind became too heavy to carry. This is the story of a king who had everything and lost it all, not to war, not to fate, but to himself. And before this story ends, you might recognize something inside you too. In a great kingdom between ancient mountains and golden rivers, there ruled a king named Vikram. He was powerful, respected, and feared. He had everything a man could ever want: a kingdom that prospered, people who believed in him, and a queen who loved him with a quiet, unshakable patience, the kind most people search for their entire lives and never find. But beneath the crown, behind the power, there was a flaw, a silent one. He could not be wrong, not once. Not in front of anyone. When his generals advised him, he dismissed them. When his queen spoke with love, he silenced her. Because in his mind, a king who listens is a king who is weak, and weakness was the one thing he feared the most. Then one year, a drought came. The rivers dried, the fields cracked, and slowly, the people began to suffer. This was the moment everything could have been saved, but what he chose next destroyed everything. His most trusted general came to him and pleaded, "Your Majesty, open the royal grain stores. The people are starving." Vikram looked at him and replied coldly, "I decide when the people have suffered enough." And the grain stores stayed closed. Days passed, then weeks, then months, and slowly the kingdom began to collapse. The people revolted, the palace grew empty, advisors disappeared, generals stopped coming, and the great palace, once full of life, became silent. Not peaceful silence, but the kind that suffocates you. Then one day, his queen came to him. No anger, no tears, just truth. She looked at him the same way she always had, and said softly, "I have loved you through your pride. I have loved you through your silence. But I cannot love you through what you are becoming. You are not protecting your kingdom. You are protecting your ego. And there is nothing left here worth protecting." She left that evening. And for the first time, the palace felt exactly what it truly was. Not a kingdom, but a cage. Within a month, everything was gone. No crown, no throne, no army, no queen. Just a man walking alone, carrying the weight of his own choices. After days of wandering, he reached a small village. There, outside a humble home, sat an old man, calm, still, at peace. Vikram stood before him and, for the first time in his life, spoke honestly. "I had everything, and I destroyed it. I don't know who I am anymore." The old man looked at him and simply said, "Good. Now you can finally begin." The ego tells us that being wrong is the end, but it's not. It's the beginning. Psychology tells us that ego is not strength. It is fear wearing the mask of strength. Fear of being seen. Fear of being wrong. Fear of not being enough. And the more we feed it, the more it takes. First our relationships, then our judgment, and finally, ourselves. Think for a moment. Is there someone you pushed away because saying sorry felt too hard? Is there a decision you refuse to change because it feels like losing? Is there a wall inside you, one you built to protect yourself, that is now keeping love out? Vikram rebuilt. Slowly, quietly, he learned to listen, to accept, to change, and he learned that the most powerful words a person can ever say are not words of control, but words of courage. "I was wrong." And the kingdom he rebuilt was stronger than before, because this time it was built on truth. Now the question is, what are you losing right now because you cannot say those 3 words? Write it in the comments. Your honesty might help someone else see the truth. You are not alone. Time will tell. Be patient, be grateful, and keep your faith strong.